Hi, it's Scott. ROCKFILE back with another podcast review for you. Going to talk about my very first Cult of Titan release, Star Trek, the 2009 film in 4K. I absolutely love this movie. Came at the right time in my life where I was ready for kind of a reboot thing on one of my favorite things. I used to watch Star Trek in my diapers with my dad, literally. I mean, I was born a few months before the very first episode, so it's kind of part of my DNA, I guess. My dad really liked the show. So anyway, long story short, I have multiple copies of Star Trek on Blu-ray, on 4K, and I had an opportunity to get a Cult of Titan release. For those that don't know about home video, Cult of Titan is a company that does very sporadic releases, but they're always something special. You get the best possible version of the movie. It comes in a steelbook with some other swag in a box, and they're usually quite pricey. I think this one runs usually about $50, but I'll tell you about the deal in a minute. They have a current one right now that is an Amazon exclusive, and it's on sale, and it's the first John Wick movie. Now, other than the swag, what makes the movie a little better is that this is the first time the original John Wick movie has been out in Dolby Vision, so it is a new grade of the film. I have not picked up that. It's running about $60. They have it on sale for about $53 right now. That's a little bit pricey for a movie I've owned more than once. But Star Trek, on the other hand, I did not have a current 4K copy of the film, and it was in a deal on Zavi, the U.S. store, the U.S. version of Zavi, which is a British store. Cult of Titan, I believe, was a UK exclusive, this Star Trek. So you get a very cool exclusive steelbook. It's really nice. And you get the copy of the movie in 4K and on Blu-ray, and it's all region. It's not region locked, so that's nice. You also get in the box a Captain's Log, literally a little log book, and it says Captain's Log, Starfleet Academy, and all that on the front. And you get a pin of the Vulcan greeting with the, the hand symbol. And that's the only way you can get these things are in this box. Now, to me, it's a little pricey for what it is. In the UK, they get a lot of these special editions. We get the steelbook over here. They get a steelbook with a whole bunch of poster cards and posters and other swag in the box, and they pay more for it as well. I don't know why those things are more popular in the UK than they are here. Most of our releases are just the steelbook, and they sometimes charge more for it, usually about $5 more. But this was something that had been out for a while, and I really, wanted to try a Cult of Titan release. So I watched the movie last night. It is still a near perfect film. One of the only movies in the 21st century I could say that you could sit somebody down who had never even heard of Star Trek and they would enjoy this film. It's a good blockbuster film, the likes of which we don't really make a whole lot anymore. It was well casted, it was well acted, well directed. Yeah, there's a lot of lens flares in it, but it looks great. As a 2009 movie on 4K, it doesn't look like a brand new, scrub clean release. It does look like a film, so that was kind of cool. The Dolby Atmos surround sound was great. I give it high marks. It wasn't markedly better than any other version I've seen of it, and like I said, I have seen this on 4K in the past, but I like having this little box set on my shelf now. Makes me think about getting the John Wick just because the stuff is really cool. The movie, if you've never seen it, and I can't imagine that with streaming services and such you haven't, but it really is a nice reboot of the show. And watching it this time, I saw it in the theater multiple times. I still have my movie tickets from seeing it in 2009. I put that in the box set because that was in a media book that I had previously. Anyway, the upgrade will stay on my shelf. I love it. I mean, it's absolutely great. Will I investigate other Cult of Titan releases? Well, they all seem to be a nice steelbook with some swag. So it depends on how much you want the swag. This was the first Cult of Titan release that I've seen, and I read a lot of reviews that the movie with the John Wick was actually different than the John Wick you can buy in somewhere else. I might double dip on that. It depends. Somebody please review the John Wick Dolby Vision grade versus the HDR 10 grade. I will say in its defense that I just watched the remastered version of Shaun of the Dead. First time it's in Dolby Vision, and the difference between the old 4K and the new 4K was night and day. Totally worth the money. So maybe the John Wick is. Maybe I'll wait for a review. But the Cult of Titan release of Star Trek, if you can still get one, Zavi is running a 2 for $55 special, and they have a flat rate shipping of $5.99. So the other Steelbook I got, it was a Steelbook 2 for $55, was The Creator, which is a review that'll be coming soon. That was a movie I saw in 2023. It made my top 10 of the year list, and I've been waiting. What a weird home video release. It's a Disney Fox release here in the United States, and it's never really gone on sale. Like, it hasn't dipped below about $28, I think is what it's at right now, in the last year that it's been out. Normally, for us home video nuts, after a year, a movie's down to like $14.99, sometimes even $9.99. But this one has held its price. You don't see it in stores very often, and it got really good reviews when it was out. Anyway, the United States didn't get a Steelbook, and I really wanted the Steelbook. And the UK Steelbook's been running $45 or more on eBay and on Zavi. Well, it was part of this 2 for $55 sale. So I got a great deal on both Steelbooks, and the Star Trek turned out to be a really great addition to the collection. I'll let you know about The Creator. It's a really pretty Steelbook, though. All Region, that's another release in the UK that is not limited to the UK. You can watch the Blu-ray and the 4K anywhere. I'm Scott, nicknamed ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. Matter of fact, I have one dropping today. Not the podcast, but I'm getting a copy of The Keep, Michael Mann's early film in 4K, a movie he doesn't like, the studio tampered with, but it's become one of my favorites because, well, I like the book. I'm getting that, and I can't wait to check that out, and I'll review it this weekend for you. Hey, thanks for listening to a podcast. Have a spectacular day.